I make music for computer games, and this is my second video on this topic. In case you want to check out another one about game music in general, here's the link. Sometimes a specification from a game designer includes not only a description of the track, but also a reference track or artist. I recently got this kind of request, and in this video I will show you how I work with the reference, experimental folk music band Heilung. I found quite a lot of music videos and live performances by Heilung on YouTube, and they're really sick. Archaic Scandinavian vibes with beautiful costumes, horns, bones and all that. The visual style is amazing, and their performances also contain poems and the spoken word. Even though I'm not a Vikings theme fan, I find their work really cool. Now let's take a look at the specifications for the track that I've got. Mystical, dark rituals, archaic, witchcraft, blood sacrifices. Kaira finds a mysterious ancient altar and tries to figure out what it was meant for. At some point, a sacrifice is required to reach her goal. She is given the choice of killing a rat. Inspiration should be taken from Scandinavian, Baltic, Slavic, archaic music. Not traditional, but archaic. Reference: Heilung. Here I also have the overall description of the current chapter of the game. The game so far is leaning heavily into a dark fantasy mystery. Adventures are the most prominent expressions of the mystery part of the game. We cannot have the music lean heavily towards something active or joyous. Horror, tragedy, mystical rituals, strange discoveries, and other such things are the name of the game. Since the adventures are written text, the music can't overwhelm too much and has to give space to reading, so the overall intensity should be closer to ambient. I also found an article about Heilung in Wikipedia and checked out what instruments they exactly use in their music. And alongside other stuff, it's like bones, real, even including a human bone. That's crazy. A clay rattle with human ashes. Oh my god. I'm just glad I don't have to use like real human bones for this track. So I think the main characteristic of Heilung music that I need to keep in mind while making a track is the atmosphere. First of all, I want to create a sample base to have all instruments ready to use in my track. For the specific Heilung influenced sounds, I will use my favorite website, freesounds.org. Before downloading, I usually give this sample a 5 stars rate. I also found some sick sounding horns here. I filtered the sounds with the Creative Commons Zero license to make sure that I only use royalty-free samples and my work is not violating any rights. I also walked through some sample libraries on my hard drive and put some potentially useful drum samples into a drum rack. Now let's start making a track with a record of the mystical melody inspired by Heilung videos. For creating the main theme of the track, I will use Native Instruments Contact and the library called Ethereal Earth. After the recording, I'm quantizing and editing some notes. And when the main theme is ready, I'm getting back to my drum rack and adding the rhythm. Then again quantizing and editing some parts. Next, I'm going to record vocals to an audio track. I've added the EQ and compressor here first. Sing something. She's not in the singing mood. I also need some atonal vocal sounds as ad-libs. I kind of regret that I didn't prepare a spare and bone jewelry for this act. So then I cut the first recorded audio for pieces and marked the best takes with another color. My ad-libs I also cut and put into simpler so I can easier find the place for them in my track. It's definitely some more processing needed here. I've added an EQ, reverb, and played a little bit with warping settings. That's what I've got by trying to place my ad-libs in the arrangement. Only a couple of them left in the end. Now I also add reverb to my singing samples and looking for the best places for them in my arrangement as well. To make it all sound more interesting, I added another audio track for vocals, and here, alongside with the reverb, I also added the echo effect. Adding some more of my vocal samples here. The more sounds I add in, the better I see the picture in my head of how I want the arrangement to look like. For instance, I don't need these sounds at the beginning of the track. I've decided to also add some echo on my scary whispers. Now let's get back to the samples I've downloaded from Freesound and add some more details to the track. I'm listening to them on top of the track now and choosing the ones that I think will fit here. I mark them with a different color. After that, I'm figuring out where in the arrangement these sounds will work best. Then I'm extending and finalizing the arrangement by duplicating some parts. Repeating my intro synth pattern in the end in order to make the track looping well. I still think that something's missing here, probably some low-mid bass instrument. I would add some string bass, and for that goal I will use one of Ableton's standard instruments, double bass section legato. Let's record something with it. I've recorded a long piece, trying various notes in the process, but in the end I decided to leave just the first 3 notes and add an upper note at the end of the phrase. So that's what I have now. All that's left is to adjust some little details and add automation. Let's listen to what we have. I've sent this version to a developer, and a few days later I got this comment. The track is perfect in its emotional push, but it's too active. Needs to be toned down so it's not interfering with reading. So after that, I just removed some drums and the most interrupting sounds. And now it's a bit lighter. I hope so much that you found this video interesting and inspiring. If so, please leave your likes and comments to help my channel grow. Thank you and see you soon.